Well, hi everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are watching me from in the time zone you're in. I'm here in Jamaica, in beautiful Ocherius in the West Indies, and it's a spectacular day. I did a kiln unloading today, and I wasn't going to video it because it's really 99% production work. And I was pleasantly surprised with the results of some of the pieces that I made. And I thought maybe I would go ahead and share them with you. I have already unloaded the kiln. In fact, I put it to bed and covered it up. I bought these covers that I put on it because there's a lot of salt in our air, and it's a way for me to protect the longevity of my kiln. Anyway, that's not why I'm doing this video, but let me go ahead. Really what I have mostly in here are just a bunch of saucers. They're just little probably 4" by ½ inch saucers that I make for a friend of mine who makes decorated glassware, and she puts it in these saucers. So this kiln was really mostly these pieces. So that's why I said I'm not going to bother you with all of that. But interestingly enough, I did have another commission for some pieces. And they're also saucers, but they have a bit of decoration on them. And I chose to use Colors for Earth, their color concentrates. I normally use the Amaco underglazes, and then I just let them burn through the glaze that I use to glaze the piece. And this time what I did was I bisque-fired the piece, and then I decorated flowers and olives using color concentrates. Then I covered that with hand brushed with the mixing clear from Amaco Mixing Clear, and then I covered that with wax, the Marks Wax On, and then I dipped my pieces in the glazes that I chose to use. So as the Mixing Clear dried, of course it dried white, and then I was unable to see the colors underneath. So it was really a crapshoot and guesswork. So I'm actually quite delighted with how they turned out, but let me show you what it is that I'm talking about. So this is one of the saucers that I did. Now it is slightly bigger than the other one. It's about 5 inches wide and almost an inch thick. And so here it is. This is the cerulean. Let me get over this side here. This is cerulean, Colors for Earth, it's cerulean. And then for the center of the flower, it is their Florida orange. And then for the stem, I used, well, I have it all wrapped up still, sorry. I used the designer liner, and I just traced down, I carved a little groove for the stem and the little flowers. And the flowers I did with the laurel green. So yeah, and then once like I said, once I painted on the color concentrates, I covered it with Mixing Clear, and then I waxed it with Marks Wax. I had to be very careful not to touch the surface of the plate, because of course I want to have glaze all around the flower, and I did a pretty darn good job. And in fact, the brushes that I used were the Royal Langnickel. Anyway, I bought them from Michael Harbridge from learnfiredarts.com, and those are the brushes that I use to delicately paint and cover and wax the flowers. So let me show you just some of the results that I have. This one is, okay, oh, so let me tell you about this. This plate was ultimately dipped in Opulence Egg Shell, and it has a little bit of luminescence in it. This light doesn't really show it. Well, maybe if I put it up a little bit closer, you can see that it's got some Well, I don't know. I want to say iridescent speckling to it, but anyway, it's a beautiful, it's one of my go-to glazes, that and sea spray. So this one here is again with the cerulean, the Florida orange, and the green, and this was dipped in Amaco's Sky. I have it in a dipping form, so I just dip it, and I wax the bottoms of my pots, and there's my signature, and I now put Jamaica on it because it is for a gift shop, and I want the people who are buying it to know that it was made and handcrafted in Jamaica. So yeah, so you can see how nice and clean the line is because I dip the bottoms in, I have an electric fry pan with about 1/8 of an inch of wax in it, and I dip those in before I glaze them. So there you go. Let me see. Here's an example of the red. The red color concentrate that I used is red geranium. It's this one here. And these are basically one really heavy coat. And I've kind of figured out a nice way to do it. As Paula says, I didn't stroke it. I kind of dopped it and just let the color come out. I diluted the color a little bit and then with water, and then I just let it naturally come out of the brush. So that's why I wanted to tell you about the brushes that I used, because they were really good brushes. So this is the red with the Florida orange on the little dot, and the green. And again, it's the designer liner that I traced to make the stem. Let me give you another one to show. Okay, this one now is the purple. Now the purple burned out a little bit. So this one is bright violet. This is the color concentrate that I used. And I used that same red. So I really only used 4 colors, a really combination of the 4 color concentrates. And I found that on all of the ones that I did with purple, let me just see if I have another one. They're all here. No, yeah. Sorry, this is another one I did with the purple. So you could see that the purple burned out a little bit. And I was a little disappointed, but it doesn't matter because I still like how it looks. It almost looks like it was intentional, so I'll just say it was, and run with it. So there you go. Let me get back to now the glazes that I used. This is the purple as well. Again, using this the violet color concentrate, and you can see it burned out as well. The Florida orange in the middle, and this is done with Opulence sea spray. Again, one of my go-to favorites. This one is again the blue, the red, and it's dipped in Opulence sea spray. This one is the Florida orange with the violet in the middle, and then this is dipped in Opulence French blue. Now French blue is a matte glaze, so it doesn't have much shine to it at all. All right, another design that I did, and I am a little disappointed in this. Let me see, which one did I use? This one, I think I used this. Okay, so this is meant to be olives, and this is dipped in, same process I did where I did the coloring with the colors for earth, and these are the colors that I used. I used their, what's it called? I can't read backwards. Green leaf, and oh, there's no color with this one. It just says CC 125. So these are the colors that I used, and I tried to do them in combination, and it seems that the green really burned out. So I was a little disappointed in that. I did use a lighter concentration of the green, of this green when I was applying it, and I was almost using this color. I don't know what it is. It's like a yellowy brown. And I was using this one in full concentration, so that might be why it kind of took over. So I did mean them to be a little more green. Here's another one that I did. And this is in sea spray, dipped in Opulence sea spray. This one here is dipped in Sky. I did a lot of repetition because I just really like these colors. So there you go. So that's what I just really wanted to talk to you about, was using the Colors for Earth color concentrates. So thank you, Paula, for introducing me to them. The process was a little more tedious because I chose to glaze them over with the mixing clear, because I wanted them to be shiny and certainly to burn through the glaze that I ultimately dipped the piece in. So it's all a win-win. I'm really, really happy with that. So just a few other pieces that I used in my kiln. Okay, so I'm known for, in Jamaica, for making these salt pigs. So it sits on your counter like that, and you fill the reservoir with salt. And this is a commissioned piece. So this is Opulence Black on the inside and Opulence White. They're ultra white on the outside. And I used the Colors for Earth. And I probably used the same colors, these colors for the eyes and the ears, and then his tail is done as well, and yeah, so that turned out really well. And then with all of my salt pigs, I just hand make a little spoon, and I rolled some texture in it, and then just kind of cut it out, and then just shaped it, and it just sits in the mouth like that, and you can use the little spoon to get your salt. So that turned out really well. I'm really happy with that. Another part of the same commission, we're doing these, you've seen me do these before. These are called, I call them holy luminaries. And they are, okay, so my hand is 4 inches. So it's 4 inches wide across the top, and it's about 4 inches, a little over 4 inches tall. This was a full dip in Opulence Blue Monday, and then I dipped the rim to the first 2 rows of holes in sea spray. So I got some lovely dripping, and it kind of made, the Blue Monday is I'm going to say it's not really a matte, but it's not a glossy glaze either. It's kind of a mixture of the two. But when I added on the sea spray to the rim and the flow I got, it does turn the rim into a bit of a glossy finish. So my client asked for a pair of them, so I made 2 of them, and here they are. So I'm pretty happy with those. And they're pretty easy to make and take about a little over a pound of clay. And the hard part is just getting all the holes and getting them lined up and even and all that kind of stuff. But when you put a little tea light or the fairy lights inside it, it just is a lovely decoration for a table. Okay, so this was I posted on my Facebook page that I had a bit of a blowout. Well, I had made a pair of bowls. One survived and one blew up on me. But anyway, this is, okay, I remember now. So this, I did a little bit of chattering on the rim on the inside, and I did some chattering on the base on the outside. And I did 3 coats of Rainforest, that's Celadon by Amaco, and this is Fog. So they're both in the green category. So let me turn this upside right, and you can see what it looks like. And I used a form to create a nice foot, and then I put a little bit of the Fog on the bottom. And again, there's my signature in Jamaica and 23. And I did the same thing. So it's 3 coats of the Rainforest and 3 coats of Fog, hand brushed, no dipping. I'm a dipper, so my brushing skills are not really what they should be, but I'm actually kind of pleased with how this turned out, because the unevenness, I guess, of the glaze application is consistent throughout the whole piece. So we'll just say it's intentional and go with it. So this is this is about 12 inches across and about 6 inches high. So it's a really nice bowl. Like I said, I blew up the partner when I was doing my first firing. So there I go, I only have one. Last piece to show you is one of my lamps. And this is just, this is oh God, whose is it? It's Coyote, I think it is their Cobalt Blue. It's a Celadon glaze, and I love how it breaks over the holes and you get like a little bit of a white, almost as if I had wiped a little bit of the glaze away to create that lovely edging, but that's just how the glaze naturally breaks over the holes. I do a lot of carved work, for those of you that follow me know. This is the saucer that goes with it, so the two just sit there like that. And that is this is about 10 inches tall by about 5 inches wide. And again, it's just a hollow form. And you can put a candle. I made a little 3-inch candle, so I always leave a little bit of uncarved work at the bottom so the candle will sit there and you won't see it. And then, yeah, and you can put fairy lights in there, a tea light, or a little, maybe a little 2-inch small candle in there. But that's it. But it comes, so you can't, it's kind of hard to see. I'm not really terribly thrilled with this design. I was just kind of playing around with it, and it's been sitting in my studio for a while. So I had room in this kiln load to fire it, and that's what I did. So, so that's it. I just want to thank you very much for taking these few minutes to spend with me as I explain. Really, I just wanted to show off the coloring that I did with the Colors for Earth and their color concentrates. So I hope you all have a really, really wonderful day. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel and you haven't done so anyway, or haven't done so already, I invite you to do that. And if you already have, I want to thank you for joining me for these few minutes. Have a really great day, everybody, or a great evening, great morning, whatever it is, as I say, whatever time zone you're watching me from. So thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.